Path Media. I was a minimum wage movie theater usher that made good and became a top earner in my network marketing company. Now, after 16 plus years in the profession, I'm finally teaching myself how to leverage the internet with online marketing and social media marketing to continue to grow and expand my business. My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about the churn. The churn. I couldn't really think of any better term for it than that, because I feel like I'm churning a lot right now, right? And churning in terms of cranking out content. I'm putting out tons and tons of content. I'm churning out content like it's nobody's business. It's pretty much become a part-time job for me at this point, and for good reason. Like I wouldn't do it if I didn't think there was a value to it, for my own journey, right? For my own education, for my own business, for my own marketing. However, it is a slog, right? Like it's a lot of work. So just to give you kind of an idea of everything that's going on with me right now from a content standpoint. Obviously, there's this podcast, right? It's a new show every day, at least to, I set a goal for 200, right? The first goal was 100. Now that I reached that, it's for at 200, and I'm like at 30 already, so I might as well go to 200. So that's where that is. And then on top of that, I have my Path of the Jedi podcast, which is once a week. As of this recording, I'm on break right now, taking a holiday from that, and that's been kind of nice. However, I know that's still coming up, and that's still in the works because I love doing that show. And then there's the micro content, the micro assets that I have outside of that are broken off from this particular show, from Path of the Network Marketer, cutting each episode, video episode, into little pieces that I can publish on my social media, on my short form platforms, and then the long form videos that I edit and put together for my YouTube. There's also now I'm doing at least a quote every 3 days for my Instagram and Facebook. And then on top of that, now I'm doing a Facebook Live every day, right? For the next 45 days, if not longer. On top of that, there's the lives that I do in the Path of the Network Marketer Facebook community, right? So it's a lot. And I'm not saying you have to do all of this. Again, this is for my own, like kind of the things that I want to achieve and I want to learn. Which, by the way, sorry, as an aside, if you haven't yet joined our community, come join us on Facebook, right? It's a really great community, a lot of value there. I've really, my dedication for that community is to give you even more value, right? Like I want to make it super, super exclusive, a place where you're going to get things that you're not going to get anywhere else on the internet, from me anyways, right? Like the content that you get in that community is going to be very exclusive to that community. It's a private community on Facebook. So tongue twister. Come check us out. It's facebook.com/group/Path of the Network Marketer. Okay, so there's all this content that I'm doing, and this is, obviously unique to my journey. However, and when it comes to marketing and content creation and publishing, I do encourage that you at least start publishing something every day on whatever platform. Like it doesn't have to be all the platforms that I'm on. Just one platform, the platform of your choosing, the platform that you love the most, that you know the most, that you spend the most time on. It might as well be that platform because you're already spending that time on there. But at least creating and posting and publishing one piece of content every day. And I know for someone who's just jumping into this, because this is how I felt at the beginning of 2022. I'm like, man, publishing content every day seems so crazy. That seems like so much work. And I'm going to tell you, it kind of is, but you get used to it. That's not the thing. That's not the thing that I want to talk about today. I really want to discuss that if it's something that you're questioning in the first place, right? I want to let you know that it's okay. So the first thing, it's only for a season, right? Like you don't have to grind like this, for, the rest of eternity, right? It's not an indefinite thing. I know that for me right now, I'm churning out all this content because this is the season I'm in my business, right? This is the season I'm in my marketing, especially. Like I'm I haven't yet made even barely a drop, let alone a splash, when it comes to making establishing my presence online. So I'm going full out, right? I'm going full out. So whatever level of content creation and publishing you wanna step into, and again, at least I would say start small by publishing once a day on one platform. It's just one season, right? You don't have it's not going to be something that you're going to have to do for the rest of your life in order to maintain your marketing and in order to maintain your business. But you got to go through it to get to the result that you want to get, right? If you want to build influence and then be able to leverage that influence to build your network marketing business or whatever business you happen to be building, then you got to go through this phase, right? Like you have to. And if you decide not to, then figure out another way to do it, right? I'm not saying this is the only way. This is the way that I happen to be on and that I'm sharing with you. But if you're arguing against it, understand, like, yeah, either shut up or put up. No, it's the other way around. Sorry, either put up or shut up, right? Like you have to do something, or else your goals, your outcomes, your dreams will never be achieved, right? All right. So either start doing this, right? Implement the things that we've been talking about, or figure out something else, right? Whatever it happens to be. Okay, here's the point. Whatever it is that you actually figure out, whatever strategy tactic you happen to employ, you're going to have to slog through anyways, right? Like it's all going to be a slog regardless, because again, we have to go through that season, that early phase in our career where we're grinding the heck out of it, in order to start making a dent, right? So you're going to experience it no matter what, right? And I know a lot of you that are listening to this show already have your 9 to 5, your day jobs, your established career, and you're trying to break out of that, and so it's going to take that much more work. But you can't avoid it, right? You can't avoid the work necessarily. Yeah, you can employ different strategies, different tactics, however you want to do it. But what you can't avoid is the work, right? All right, so just understand it's a season, right? And once you really, if you really dive in and dedicate time and effort to it, then it's going to make the rest of it, it's going to be the launching off point for the rest of your business and your entrepreneurial career, right? The other thing that I really wanted to address in this episode is understand. So if you're not willing to, this is actually a continuation of what I just said, or the point I just made. If you're not willing to publish every day, if you're not willing to do this at least some of the stuff that we've been talking about here on the show, then what are you willing to do, right? And then that goes into a deeper question. Do you really want to achieve the things that you set out to achieve this year, right? I talked about that in the last episode. You really have to question then, how much does that goal, how much does that vision really matter to you, right? How much is it worth to you to achieve better health? How much is it worth to you to achieve financial success in your business? How much is it worth to you to create independence and to be able to walk away from your 9 to 5 job and live life on your own terms, right? Like, how much is it worth to you to achieve the goals and the targets, the outcomes that you set out for yourself at the beginning of the year, and that will dictate whether or not you'll be willing to do the work it takes to get there, right? Because again, no matter what strategy you use, whether it's online marketing, content creation, building your influence, or it's something more traditional like taking out advertising, or it's person to person, right? Like word of mouth marketing, whatever it happens to be, it's gonna take work. It's going to take work beyond and outside of what you're currently doing, because you're trying to create different results than you already have, right? So you got to ask yourself, what is it really worth to me? What are my dreams? What are my goals? What are my visions that I've set for myself this year? Is it really worth that much to me to do the hard work? Because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be hard work. We talked about last episode, the honeymoon phase is going to wear off, and it's not going to be as exciting, and you're not going to have that much enthusiasm behind it. And so what you'll be left is the work, right? That's all you'll be left with. Once the honeymoon phase wears off, you'll be left with the grind. So just make sure that going into the goals and the outcomes that you set for yourself, that they mean enough to you to go through the struggle that you're inevitably going to go through, that you actually need to go through to make you into the person that you need to be to achieve and have those things that you want to achieve. All right, so that's my message for today. It's going to be a grind, the content creation churn, just like what I'm going through right now. But it is, for me, it's very much worth it. And that's why I'm willing to take on even more, every day, right? Like I'm willing to kick it up a notch every couple of weeks, because I really like it. I really like it. And my goals, my dreams matter that much to me. All right, so that's the message. Thanks for tuning in. More from me tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.